Good time zone, sweet world. It is Friday, October 17th, 2025. Hello, and welcome to uh this the program. I don't know, this nightmare. That is this Twitch stream. How does it feel to live in the future? It feels tiring. It feels exhausting. Oh my god. I fell asleep. That's what happened. I fell asleep. And I woke up kind of in a daze. I slept from like, I don't know, maybe 5 p.m. Our time, just right after work. I got up at like maybe 10. I don't know what time. No, it can't be. Maybe 9. I don't know. Anyway, I woke up a couple times. Anyway, yeah, we're here now though. Yeah, I thought we'd get in some more Pokemon Crystal. Hang on. Oh my god. Oh boy. So there's supposed to be closed captions, but I don't know that they are working. Here we go. Ah, man. It's always something. Captioning enabled. Oh, but I need to select the source though, don't I? How about that? Does that work? That works. Okay. Hey, look at that. You try the first try. Amazing. Okay. All right. Oh, hey. Hey, how's it going, Biff Tech? Nice to see you. Welcome in. I thought we'd start with, as usual, just taking a quick tour of some headlines. Again, I don't really want to go into too much detail. It's already so late. But, yeah. It'll double up. Just on this scene, I like to keep, I don't know, I have a box in the top right that takes the text and puts it onto a box. But even if I didn't have that, it would the closed captioning should actually send. Yeah. So that's fine. Anyway, we're not going to be on this scene for too much longer because we're just going to go here, and I'm just going to get a browser window open. That's a browser window. Can you get subbed and dubbed? Dubbed doesn't seem to be a possibility just yet. But you can get subs, definitely. Oh man, I'm gonna have to hide all this stuff. Hang on one sec. All right, let me get all this junk out of the way. Is that? Wait a second. All right, there we go. Not sure why there's such a. Oh, I know why. There we go. Let's get rid of those crops. And crop it like that. And maybe zoom in a bit. Although that's not too helpful. And some of these browsers just don't cooperate with trying to zoom in on here. It's a little bit unfortunate. I saw this. This is so Crosscode Makers. Crosscode is a game. Another game that I have not. I think another game that my brother gifted to me at some point that I have not gotten into as yet. But I'm aware of Crosscode, and but it looks like they are making another game, Alabaster Dawn. It'll build on the combat and puzzles of Crosscode in an entirely new setting. That's interesting. Oh, there was a live Q&A session with Jason Schreier. Okay, weird. Oh no, it is happening. It's happening on November, a week from now. You're invited. What what do you want to know about the fate of the $200 billion video game business? I'll be answering your questions in real time in a live Q&A conversation with Tim Stenovec. Stenovec? Tim Stenovec. Who's Tim Stenovec? Tim Stenovec. He co-hosts business... Bloomberg Business Week. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. So Bloomberg correspondent Jason Schreier will be with Bloomberg correspondent Tim Stenovec to talk about the business. And they'll be streaming the conversation at this link. Okay. Neat. 11:30 a.m., huh? Okay. Well, I will maybe I'll pin that tab for myself and see if I can tune in. That's weird. Okay. We'll see how that goes. Independent video game maker Radical Fish Games has received a grant from the German government to develop a new okay, so this is the crosscode thing. German developer. The government will fund 50% of their development costs. Wow. That's a good deal. Good deal. I like it. I like government accelerators. That's good support. That's nice to see. So their support had basically run out. And apparently fell into a trap of trying to create perfection. Really, I wish that this top title bar wouldn't come down either. But anyway, let's see. So Crosscode was crowdfunded. And they've done an expansion called A New Home. But they were hard pressed to make something new under the same kind of framework, I guess. Okay. So Crosscode itself has sold 825,000 copies, and have been kind of slowly working on this new Alabaster Dawn, coming along with developing better tools and better tech. And found that they had underestimated the technical foundation. That's interesting. I mean, hey, there's I can think of many games that are out there that are tied up in their own tech debt. And I can think of other organizations that are also tied up in tech debt and have to go through lots of pain to come to terms with that before they can do the new things that they want to do. Okay, so Alabaster Dawn is somewhere between 2 and 3 years away, full release. Okay, all right. Interesting. Yeah, so there's the whole EA thing as well, right? So EA has sold a record 7 million copies. EA has sold, Battlefield 6 has sold more than 7 million copies. Man, I thought, I don't know. I just haven't really come around to it. I think it has come out at the same time as Legends EA, and I think that is more interesting to me than Battlefield at this point. I think, I don't know. I might swing around on Battlefield at some point here. But I'd kind of just rather chill with Pokemon for now. And then after that, in December, which is not that far away, we're going to have that new Metroid game that come out. And I think that's going to hog my attention more than Battlefield 6 possibly could. So I don't know. It's a little bit sad because like there's part of me that is kind of nostalgic for wanting to get into that stuff, but the other part of me is just like, I don't really need to. I think I'd be interested in the campaign more than anything else, and I heard that the campaign was not a main feature or main attraction like I don't know, like a Titanfall campaign would be, I suppose. So there's that. I don't know that there's really much else. Nothing really stood out to me, like jumped off the page. This is certainly this did. This is Tomonobu Itagaki-san. I believe has passed away. He's the head of Team Ninja. Shame. So creator of DOA, yeah. You played a crap load of 1942. Says so hard 222 in chat, and and you know you'd complain about the new one, yeah. I think Battlefield 2 was probably the one that I played the most, but yeah, I don't know. It's I have to go take a look at I want to take like a closer look at it to see how like you know, examine it on its own merits and see what it's like. But you know, if it's like super fast paced, so when they did all the demo stuff, it really seemed like it was this like super fast paced Call of Duty beater type of thing, and I was like, man, like that's not I don't know that that's really what I want out of a Battlefield. I want like out of a Battlefield, I would like as many people as possible to be crammed into these instances and for them to be quite large and expensive and for there to be a ton of vehicles, you know. But I don't know. At some point, it's going to be around for a while, so no tearing hurry. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So this has happened anyway. There's not really a whole lot to go into here. Anyway, rest in peace. Let's see here. There's a couple of interesting things in the game business. Beyond Ghost of Yotei, I think there was also so Nintendo has generated nearly $2.2 billion for mobile games so far. Looking at Nintendo's recent return to mobile games with some exclusive data on how the company has performed in the space so far. But they were so Christopher Dring was joined by MobileGamer.biz founder and editor Neil Long to discuss it. Also, the former editor of official Nintendo magazine, and worked at Apple during Nintendo's initial run of mobile games. What is this? Nia Fire EX. What? Oh. Oh, this is Fire Emblem Shadows. Huh. I didn't know about this. Okay. It's a surprise. There had been a mobile game since Pikmin Bloom in 2021. Fire Emblem Shadows is just one of just two Nintendo mobile games released in 2020s. I remember Mitomo. Gosh, I remember Mitomo. My Mitomo said some cursed things, I think. If I remember correctly, I had taken some screenshots of some of the stuff. I hope that it's not a reflection of me. Super Mario. Okay, I remember Super Mario Run for sure. But Mitomo, Dr. Mario World, Dragalia Lost have been discontinued Mario Run and Mario Kart Tour are maintained but no longer receive updates. So, does Fire Emblem Shadow suggest a move back to mobile? Despite a lack of recent mobile games, it has generated nearly 2.2 billion in revenue across 9 mobile games. This is using sensor. Oh, okay. This is a link to data that we don't have access to. Okay. But it is also a reference that they get the data. Okay. Hey, Tawak. Welcome. Happy Friday, dude. So the title is driven. Most of it is actually the sister game Fire Emblem Heroes. Fire Emblem Heroes has generated $1.2 billion in revenue. Okay. Much of the revenue, though, comes from Japan. US is the big market for Nintendo mobile game downloads, which represents 20% of all installs. Japan is number 2 at 8%. But when it comes to revenue, Japan represents nearly 46% of all money generated by Nintendo's mobile titles. And the US is number 3 at 34% revenue, which, you know, like, it's, I don't know. When I see that stat line, it makes me think of, like, how aggressive they are with, like, starting from their backyard in terms of all their legal stuff. And then it kind of extends out from there. And that's because, yeah, I think the lion's share, it seems like the lion's share of their money would, of course, come from home before it comes from markets abroad. Okay, so it makes sense for them to focus on brands like Fire Emblem. However, Fire Emblem Shadows had a relatively slow start. Anyway, it could be an opportunistic experimental release as opposed to a significant shift towards mobile games. I don't know about that, because, like, I think they will read the I keep pointing back to that PwC report, but I think they will read into this the same way that everyone else is, which is to say that, like, you know, half of this market is mobile. Oh, if not over half of this market is mobile. And so if you don't have a presence there, you're just giving it up for no reason. So you need something. Doesn't mean that you have to integrate it. Doesn't mean like they can probably be too completely. You still bring your brands over there, but you don't. You know, the mobile game doesn't need to integrate with the console game or whatever. You know, no, I don't think anyone's really asking for that. But you need it for sure. So they've been actively investing in mobile over the past 12 months, and they have launched okay, I didn't know. So they've launched the Nintendo Music app in October 2024 to distribute its own soundtracks. Oh, man. Okay. And the Nintendo Today app this year, which is a calendar designed to update fans on Nintendo news. Oh, man. God. What's that? It's like the company store song, the company store. Oh man, they're gonna like pay us in Nintendo dollars, and then we're gonna take our Nintendo dollars over to the Nintendo store and buy some Nintendo games, and then we'll go to the Nintendo news outlet to get our Nintendo news. God forbid that we could get news from anywhere else, in an impartial way. All right. They've also released Hey Mario in Japan, which is a free app aimed at young children that involves playing around and poking Mario's face. Good. Get them while they're young. Good. Which, I mean, you know, actually happens more than you think. I think remembering that I was watching one of these panels or listening to one of these panels that happened at games industry or whatever at anyway, one of these recent events that it might have been Summer Games Fest, and you know, they had somebody from Netflix, like some marketing executive from Netflix, and one of the topics that they were talking about was the marketing strategies towards children. And how can we get children onto Netflix and keep them there, right? And you know, it's, I mean, hey, it's absolutely a part of the business. But okay, let's see. Okay, so Long says if you take a look at the numbers, they've been billions. They've made billions out of mobile, but ultimately it has its core interest in consoles and not being beholden to platform holders like Apple or Google. So they're in a position where they don't have to worry about mobile too much. Anyway, I don't know. Okay. Eh. In terms of long range planning, you probably want to be worried about it, honestly. Anyway, and I think they are. Okay. Well, hey, there's Nintendo. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything else here. Oh boy. Oh, this will be good. I was wondering if there was going to be any ZA stuff pop up in here, but I figure it could take a little bit of time before. Hey, there was a hack. Well, that's probably more important. Nintendo downplays hack, claiming no leak of personal development or business information. However, it didn't comment on leaks pertaining to Pokemon. This is October 16th. Vicky Blake. Hackers claimed that they had breached Nintendo servers and stolen internal data. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, fine. It's fine. I just wanted to know if it was personal data, because I would care more about that. But whatever. It might be just game. Oh no. It might just be topic files. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's not a huge deal, I guess. Pokemon Legends ZA Critical Consensus. Real-time battles breathe life into the Legends subseries, but troublesome graphics and limited exploration hinder ZA's direction. Boy, I've been seeing like a lot of stuff on YouTube that have, like, it's just like, content creator XYZ ripping into Pokemon Legends, and I asked, like, I didn't ask for that. I've clicked on one video of like watching just like Falcon play Pokemon Legends ZA, and then I started getting like a whole deluge of these videos, and I was like, I don't want. Why am I getting this? I don't want this. Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know what's really so troublesome. It'd be interesting to see if they even talk about it, but let's see. So just skimming over plot. It's currently sitting at a Metacritic score of 79. Let's go to Metacritic. What's the user score and what's the user score? Is generally unfavorable. Metascore is generally favorable. Huh. That's a funny, like, little sample to see up here, where you'll have people who are like on opposite sides of the fence. Alistair fucking hates this game, but Free Runner loves it, and Jay Grizzly Fitness is pretty okay with it, scoring an 8. So, yeah. I mean, it's I think one of the things that'll kind of always, I guess, happen is people will always complain about the fidelity not being as high as they want it to be on the Switch 2. But I mean, like, I think it's absolutely a step forward from everything else that they have, and from what I've seen, it runs really smoothly, which is even more important to me in a game that, like, once you pick your fidelity level, whatever it is, it needs to run smooth. And if there are like hitches and hiccups, or if it can't handle the the fidelity level that you've chosen, then you really have a problem. But like this is fine. This is very smooth. You know? So yeah. Let's see. Writing for Eurogamer, Chris Tapsell surmised in his 3 out of 5 reviews that enjoying modern Switch era Pokemon games as someone familiar with the good old days is often a question of how much you're happy to let slide. I don't know. I kind of got this feeling that also the how to say this. I feel like the crowd that are the journalists themselves who are writing about this stuff. I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know. I'll stop myself short of saying that because maybe I just don't know Pokemon well enough or these journalists well enough. But I don't know. It seems like it has been. I feel like it's been a little bit biased, but yeah, they probably don't play Pokemon. I could say, yeah, right. Like that's where I'm going to. I'm like how much do they know about the whole, and what are the expectations in line with what they should be, and like are these really going to be, how fair are these really going to be? Is kind of the thing. But yeah. So ZA leans into overall anime plot feels like it could be from a Pokemon movie, and that's not a bad thing. Which is nice. It's a change from the become a Pokemon champion and complete the Pokedex. VGC gave it a 5-star rating. Okay, so VGC is on side. Oh, and they have complete guides as well. Holy crap. Okay. Let's see. If I go all the way back. Which is another thing that I've heard, which I've been kind of like looking forward to is the story and the writing. Is one of the main things, and then also this idea of real time battles. So they switch out decades old turn based battling to real time battling. Which takes some time getting used to, according to Games Radar's 4-star review. Okay. But this is the thing, is that maybe it's divisive. And I think the user scores seem to bear that out. Because the user scores are like at 5, and then you get like a little tiny sample that you can't really make anything out of. But it is funny to me that the sample itself is like there's a 1 out of 10 and a 9 out of 10, and then the average number that's presented to you is a 5. Man. So they, anyway, a split audience, it seems. Okay, so there are wild zones where you can catch Pokemon, but maybe it dulls a bit of sense of exploration. But you still have the Arceus catching system, which I'm not familiar with anyway, so that's fine. It'll be new to me. And Rogue Mega Evolution battles. Okay. I think I remember raid battles for sure. Okay. Legends Arceus is close enough and different enough from the other games that you're enjoying it without feeling that it's way too out of bounds. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, from having watched Falcon play Arceus, and then I'm watching this one, and it feels like you can see some elements that are still in there, but you can also you also get the feeling that it's really its own, like it's its own thing, which is a good balance to have, or a good kind of, yeah, a good target to be able to hit. Okay. Anyway, I don't think there's much else here. I wanted to really come down to what they're talking about in graphics, but uh, underwhelming graphics and textures on the city's buildings. Uh, Lovely sights, but on the whole, it appears lifeless. I don't know. It wasn't a graphical showcase, but the watercolor style aesthetic gave it a really unique feel. New Pokemon Snap looks better than this. Hmm. Why can't we have windows that aren't just flat textures or shadows that don't look like bleeding ink blotches? Hmm. Lumino City suffers from low detail and flat repeated textures, which leaves players with the feeling that it was scaled back for Nintendo's weaker machine. Um, hmm. But it doesn't seem so. Like, here's the thing, I guess is kind of you know. So then they say it does not at least seem to be plagued with performance issues, with as Scarlet and Violet was, um, which I guess at some point you got to realize that you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like these are there's clearly a trade off that's being made here. You know, if that's the case, and if you're just saying that, hey, this isn't just like some development laziness, because Game Freak like has other projects, and they were I think they were done with this one as well ahead of time. They had weren't they making their own game? They were making their own like Souls like thing, a while ago. Um, as if it isn't playing with the performance issues on Switch One still. Yeah. Yeah. Um, so I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I think fine. Hey, if you want to say that, hey, look, I was hoping for more graphic fidelity out of this thing, fine, you know. But I think you got to take it in stride as well to say, like, hey, look, this thing runs really well. And why does it run really well? Well, people made conscious decisions to say, hey, we have some constraints here, and we have to figure out a way to deal with those constraints. And so I think it is commendable that they have done that, rather than try to stuff in as much as you can to make something that is not runnable on the machine that you're trying to develop it on. So, yeah, that it makes me think of like any of the newer Zelda games that, like, there were like a ton of choices that were made to say, like, we can only have this much on screen at a time, and we have to have the camera positioned in a certain way so that everything can run well enough, right? They're like really detailed decisions that are made. um and I'm glad to see that it looks like they've made those same decisions here to make sure that it can run at a consistent, smooth frame rate. uh it's anyway, I don't know, I'm especially, like, I get especially hot about and bothered about frame rate dips, so I don't know, I'm on side with them here for having done this. And again, like, your expectations for graphic fidelity have to be, I don't know, like, you can't just think that it's going to be like ROG Ally X $1,000 machine level, or like, you know, or whatever, or like, you know, the graphics card that is slammed in your PC, whatever it is. Anyway, hot and bothered. Yeah. Frame rates bother me. Frame rate drops bother me a lot. Anyway. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm looking forward to this. I've put in my order. I'm gonna go pick up CA over the weekend and try to get that started. I think that's gonna be it for the news. Tune in next week for the news.